bright.
Sister, it worked! Our prayers are answered!
After all these long years, at last our savior has come. You.
Is that?
Where am I?
You are in Lethos Castle. We have long awaited your arrival. Thank you for answering our prayers. I am Nell, one of the dragons who resides here.
And I am Nil, her twin brother.
It's nice to meet you, Nell. And you, Nil. I'm the Divine Dragon.
So you are the Divine Dragon.
Fate has made a cruel and mysterious choice.
It is such a joy to see you reborn.
Reborn? What does that?
The Divine Dragon is deceased. You fell in the last war. Our world has been consumed by darkness in the time since. We have long prayed for a savior to aid us, and your appearance seems to be our answer. It is unfortunate. I would have preferred never to see you again.
Nell?
But we are in desperate need of aid, and we do not have the luxury of choice. I will speak no more of it. Please follow me.
I'm so sorry, Divine One. She is rather more upset by this than I would have expected. She and the Divine Dragon have a somewhat complicated history.
This is the Bracelet Vault. Here, our Emblem bracelets are kept secure.
I see.
Upon that pedestal lies the bracelet of the Shepherd Exalt. It is the sole bracelet in our possession. The emblems within it are safely in slumber.
There are 7 bracelets in total. We lost the other 6 in the war with Sombron.
So, he exists in your world as well.
I will explain from the beginning. The first dragons were born millennia ago, and from them came the Divine and Fell dragons. For a time, there was peace, until the Fell dragons turned to conquest and destruction. With the world under threat, the Divine dragons and the people prayed for salvation. And that salvation came in the form of beings from other worlds known as emblems. The emblems were manifestations of those ardent prayers for peace.
My sister and I were performing that ancient rite when you arrived. We thought a new emblem would appear to save us.
And you got me.
Yes, it was quite the shock. I'm still a bit beside myself.
The emblems brought an end to the fighting, but only temporarily. 1,000 years ago, Sombron sought to exploit the emblems for his own ambitions.
We experienced that war firsthand. It was awful. The entire continent became a battlefield. The dragons and the royal families fought over the emblems until all sides were exhausted.
But as we stood upon the brink of annihilation, the Divine Dragons won a key victory. Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, imprisoned Fell Dragon Sombron at the cost of her life.
My mother died 1,000 years ago?
Her sacrifice bestowed peace upon the people even as they mourned her passing. But it was her successor who healed the wounded land and returned it to prosperity.
Her successor? You mean the next Divine Dragon Monarch?
Yes. You.
The Divine Dragon Monarch after Lumera was her own begotten child.
So I took the throne after she died. This is so different from the history of my world.
You are a wonderful ruler. Under your reign, it seems like the world would be at peace for the rest of time. But it was not to be. Sombron eventually returned, and another war began.
Whosoever gathers all 7 of the awakened emblems will be granted immense power. Sombron intended to use that power to exact revenge and restore the Fell Dragon's honor. To achieve that end, he was willing to set the whole world ablaze.
And I take it I lost this war.
No, not exactly. You and Sombron each slew the other. On the night of the decisive clash, you and he perished at the same moment.
So the Fell Dragon is already gone? Then who is it that's putting your world in danger now?
An unknown malefactor is attempting to fulfill the late Sombron's ambitions.
They come and go without a trace. We know nothing of their whereabouts or appearance. All we know for sure is that, like Sombron, This individual wants to collect the 7 bracelets. In fact, we believe they already have 2.
1 in Lithos Castle, 2 in enemy hands. Where are the other 4?
Each of the 4 nations of Elyos possesses one. They once fought under a single banner, but that changed drastically after your death. Now, with nothing to unite them, the little ones, the humans, bicker among themselves. Thus far, they have kept one another in check, but war could break out at any moment.
I don't know if the Divine Dragon's army was ever truly united. I saw them argue, in this very castle, about which nation was to blame for your death. Which is absurd, of course. It was no one's fault.
Now that our savior has arrived, it is imperative we reclaim the bracelets. The conflict we have avoided for years will soon be inevitable. You may need to cross blades with people who resemble your own friends and allies.
I understand. I'll brace myself for that possibility. So, you're both divine dragons like me?
What gave you that impression?
You said you were dragons, and you live in Lithos Castle, so I just assumed.
Your assumption is incorrect.
What she means, Divine One, is that we...
Watch out! Assassins!
Nell!
She's a Fell Dragon!
My brother and I both. In this world, Fell Dragons are born as twins. We severed ties with our father during the last war. We now fight against our misguided kin.
I cannot transform, but that does not stop me from fighting at Nell's side.
Fell Dragon twins.
I suppose I simply assumed that you would already know what we were. It seems I was mistaken. If you will not aid us, you may leave. We will defend this world ourselves.
No. I'll fight with you. I don't care about your heritage. If you truly want to protect this world, I'll be your ally.
Ah, that's a relief. Now, let us march into battle together, just like the good old days.
Show us your mettle, Divine One. We shall see if you are truly the answer to our prayers.